Welcome to yet another exciting educational video brought to you by Upvision Concepts Academy. So today we'll be looking at laboratory techniques and safety, subtitle laboratory apparatus. We will see what is laboratory safety, a chemical laboratory, for example. We'll look at common laboratory apparatus and their functions, and we will dive into basic laboratory techniques, laboratory safety rules, maintenance and handling of apparatus, and we'll also round up by looking at some WAEC NECO JAMB style questions on this topic. So sit tight. If you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe to our channel and enjoy our videos. So we dive in. What is a laboratory? So a chemical laboratory is a place for conducting scientific experiments, especially chemical reactions. So to work safely and effectively, students must understand the following. Number one, we must understand the proper use of laboratory. So for chemistry laboratory, you know how to use it very well. Laboratory apparatus. So all the apparatus, we are going to be mentioning them, the common ones, and seeing how we use them. Then standard laboratory techniques. Then we also must understand laboratory safety, safety rules, and first aid procedure. So if anything goes wrong, what should we do immediately? Because we are dealing with chemicals, something can go wrong. So laboratory work demands caution. It demands caution, it demands discipline, and it also demands proper knowledge of equipment and procedure. So that is why we are going to be diving into this basic knowledge of what each apparatus is doing. So I'm going to be listing the common apparatus and their functions. So the first one I have is the beaker. So the beaker looks like this. It's a cylindrical container, mostly calibrated. So you have it calibrated. Calibration is just marking it so that it can measure volume of substance, chemical or solution. Okay, so this is a beaker, a cylindrical container. So it is used for mixing. Heating. So you can heat a beaker. It's like a glass material, and stirring liquids. So that's what a beaker does. So number two is a test tube. So a test tube is another apparatus in the lab. So it looks like this, cylindrical in shape, narrow, cylindrical in shape. Okay, also calibrated. It's a glass calibrated. Calibration means it is marked for measurement, marked so that we can use for measurement. Okay, pardon my. Okay, so that's a test tube. So the test tube, like I said, is a small glass tube used to hold small quantities of substance for reaction. So used to hold small quantities of substance for reaction. Sometimes we can use a clamp to hold it like this, understand? So that you can even apply heat here and use a clamp to hold it. The retort stand, there's a retort stand. We'll come to that, but I'm just trying to show you how it's being used. So the third one is the Bunsen burner. The Bunsen burner is the one that provides our heating source to heat in the experiment. So it looks like this with its cable to supply gas. There's flame here, something to control the flame. Then we have the conical flask. The conical flask. Conical flask. Okay, so the conical flask looks like this. It's also a glass. It's conical in shape and also calibrated most of the time, but it's conical in shape. It's a glass, and it is used for mixing chemicals or swirling without spilling. So you can shake it, you can swirl without spilling. So it's used for mixing chemicals and swirl without spilling. All right, so the next one is a measuring cylinder. Measuring cylinder, another glass-like kind of apparatus. Okay, so it's very long like this. It's a glass, calibrated as well. Calibrated. Okay, so the measuring cylinder measures accurate volumes of liquid. So it measures accurate volume of liquids. So that's what it does. Okay. So number 6 is the pipette. The pipette. So the pipette looks like this. It's also on our glass. Okay, calibrated. It's not bent straight. Wow. Okay, calibrated as well. So the pipette delivers a fixed volume of liquid accurately during titration. So it's always used during titration. Delivers accurate. Delivers accurate volume of liquid during titration. So this one is very important to note that what the way is used. So we have the burettes. The burettes is also used to deliver variable volume accurately in titration. This one gives you accurate volume. This one gives you variable volume. So the burette is actually longer. It's normally held over the clamp, Ritter stand and clamp, and it has a stopper here. Then this is the outlet, calibrated, of course, calibrated, and this one gives you variable volume. So this one now normally you are trying to vary the volume that enters into a beaker or something during titration. Okay, so why this one gives you accurate volume, like volume of base, and this one gives you variable volume, volume of acid. Okay, so that's the burette. Then the funnel number 8, the funnel, from the name, the funnel, this is the funnel. So it is used for transferring liquids or separating mixtures, filtering. Then number 9, I have the watch glass. The watch glass. The watch glass holds small solids or liquids during weighing or evaporation. Then I have number 10, the evaporating dish. Evaporating dish. Evaporating dish. Okay, so what this does is that it's used to evaporate liquids and leave solid residue. It's used to evaporate liquids and leave solid residue. So number 11, I have the tripod stand. The tripod stand. Tripod stand. So this is where you use as your heating source. It looks like this. It has 3 legs. I'm going to draw it in 2D. So it's just a stand where you can put your beaker on top. This is a tripod stand. You can heat, maybe you put your Bunsen burner here, you can heat from there. So normally a wire goes here so that the heat can touch the, so but this is a tripod stand. So it holds the container over the Bunsen burner during heating. So it holds the container. So this is a tripod stand holding this container over the Bunsen burner. Okay, so you place it on top of the Bunsen burner. Okay, so that is a tripod stand. The next one is wire gauze, number 12. Wire gauze. Okay, so that provides support for beakers, flask during heating. So the wire gauze, I've mentioned it, it's normally put here. Number 13, again, we have crucible and cover. Crucible and cover. Okay, so this one is used to heat small amount of solid at high temperatures. It's used to heat small amount of solid at high temperatures. Then you have the retort stand and clamp. The retort stand and clamp. Retort stand and clamp. The retort stand and clamp. So this one holds burettes, test tubes, or flasks securely in place during experiment. So the retort stand and clamp is something like a support. Tall iron like this. Then it has, this is the retort stand, then this is the clamp. Something that clamps it here and comes out like this. So it has a hand like this that can hold maybe a test tube. You tighten it here, There are 2 knobs here. You tighten it here to hold the test tube. Not tight enough to break it, but tight enough to just hold it, and tight enough here to clip temperature. So you can hold it like this and apply heat here and observe. So what it does is for support. It holds the burettes, it holds the test tube, it holds the flask securely in place during experiments. Then, of course, number 15, you have the thermometer for measuring temperature. Then tongs. Tongs is like a fork, but I think with two mount and handle. So it handles hot containers, e.g. crucible and beakers. That's what the tongs do. Okay, I'm not written that. The tongs. So it's used for handling that. So we'll go into basic laboratory techniques. In the laboratory, we'll be doing things like heating a substance. So when we do that, we should observe the following. Number 1, under heating a substance, we should use a Bunsen burner. I've described it. A Bunsen burner with wire gloves. Bunsen burner with wire gauze. Okay? Placed on a tripod. Stand. Okay? Then when we are heating, secondly, we'll also try to heat gently. Always heat gently and steadily. Don't rush. Don't give it a high heat and say you want to finish on time. Okay? Then if this is one of the laboratory techniques. Another technique is you can do filtration. Filtration is a process that is always done in the lab. We talked about it in the video that has to do with separation of substances. So for separation, what it entails is that we used to separate insoluble solids. Insoluble solid. Remember, I told you insoluble solid means solid that cannot resolve. Insoluble solid from solutions or from liquids. And we can also, it also involves funnel. When you're filtering, it involves funnel, filter paper, and beaker. So it involves funnel, Then it involves filter, paper, and beaker. Okay, so these are the things that we would see. So the third laboratory technique under consideration is titration. Titration. What is titration? Okay, so titration we will do in the lab. It is a acid-base installation process. It's acid and base neutralization process. So this is in the lab. This is where you mix acid and base to have neutralization. You understand? So we study it. We add acid to base. Okay, and also it involves the use of pipettes, burettes, conical flasks, retort stand, and the indicator. So in case you are told to mention the apparatus for titration, you should be able to write these things out. Also, the indicator can include, or example is methyl orange, or phenolphthalein. Okay, so another procedure in the laboratory is crystallization. So what is crystallization? It's where you obtain pure crystals from saturated solution. So you obtain pure crystals from a saturated solution. Please check out our video on solubility. You will see these terms and description being used. So there is a process in laboratory called crystallization where we obtain crystals from a saturated solution. Okay, so it involves heating, evaporation, and cooling. So what does it entail? It involves heating, evaporation, and cooling. So you see that if solutions at higher temperature is more soluble, can hold more solutes in it, you understand? But when you cool it down, crystals begin to come out. That is why we say that it involves heating, that is increasing in temperature, then evaporation, and then cooling. Okay. So number 5, we have evaporization. So this one involves remove solvents to leave solute behind. So remove solvent, that's the liquid, to leave the solutes behind. So under high temperature. Okay, and it is done on using evaporating dish. So this is another process, dish. Okay, so number 6, we can also, okay, and gentle heat, of course, and gentle heat, yes, just to heat it gently, gentle heat. So number 6, process, what we can do, procedure is measuring volume. So if you are measuring volume, what are we using? Measuring volume, we use the apparatus like pipettes. So for pipettes give you fixed volume. You use pipettes, it's 1P for fixed volumes, like the one that we say 25 cm cube. Then burette for variable volumes. We use burette for variable volume. So burette will enable you to vary the volume of acid that is introduced or any other substance. Variable volume. Normally burette capacity is 100 cm cube. Okay. The measuring cylinders for approximate volumes. So we can use measuring cylinders. Use measuring cylinders for approximate volume. Okay, so these are the common things that we do, techniques that we use in the lab. So we'll go on to laboratory safety rules. So for laboratory safety rules, rule number 1 is to ensure that we wear safety goggles and lab coat. So ensure that you wear lab coat to protect your body, to protect yourself, and then goggles is for the eyes, in case you are burning, maybe you are burning something, or spark should not enter, or particle should not enter into your eyes. Okay, so you should also handle chemicals with care. When you are touching chemicals, ensure that it is done with care. Don't just rush. Don't just make sure you know what you are touching, what you are handling. Third safety rule is to use tongs or gloves for hot equipment. So this is the spelling of tongs. Tongue is we have discussed it in the apparatus for laboratory. So use it to hold hot objects. Don't use your hand. Okay. So another safety rule is to read labels on reagent bottles carefully. You know, in the laboratory, in the chemistry lab, these reagents are labeled for you to know what they are. By looking at it, you will know, okay, if you see sulfuric acid on the label, you know that, oh, this is acidic, this is acid. So you need to be careful, let's not touch your body. You understand? Dispose wastes according to instructors' guidelines. So I've just outlined 6 safety rules. I will mention them again. Number 1, wear goggles and lab coat. Number 2, tie black long hair and avoid loose clothing. Number 3, handle chemicals with care. Number 4, use tongs or gloves for hot equipment. Number 5, read labels on reagent bottles carefully. And number 6, dispose waste according to instructors' guidelines. So these are the always, but the never guidelines. Number 1, never taste or inhale chemical directly. Number 2, mix chemicals unless instructed. Number 3, never leave a flame unattended. And number 4, never eat in the laboratory. So I'll take it again for the never rules. Number 1, never taste or inhale chemical directly. Number 2, never mix chemicals unless instructed. Number 3, never leave a flame unattended. And number 4, never eat or drink in the laboratory. So first aid measures. So what will you do when accident happens? Okay, so I'll just put it on the board. First aid measures. So if we have, number 1, acid spilling on skin. Acid spill on skin by accident. So you will wash immediately, quickly, rush. Wash immediately with plenty of water. Wash immediately with plenty water. So when you do that, then you now apply sodium bicarbonate. Apply sodium bicarbonate. Okay. Then solution, of course. Then number 2, if you have this accident, alkali spill. What do you do on your skin? You wash with water and apply dilute vinegar. You wash with water and apply vinegar. Number 3, if you mistakenly burn yourself, fire, burn, so you just cool under running water, cool that part of the body under running water, okay, and apply dilute, and seek medical help if it is severe. If it is very severe, you seek medical help. And a fourth common accident that can happen is a eye splash. Okay, eye splash, something splash into your eye, eye splash. Quickly, you use eye wash station or rinse with water for at least 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll go into the maintenance of laboratory apparatus and handling. Maintenance, how do we maintain laboratory apparatus? For the glassware, when you are finished using the glassware, you clean after use. Then for store dry equipment in proper places. So when you have cleaned your equipment and they are dry, you store them in proper places. Then another handling with care tip is to handle delicate instruments like burettes and thermometers with care. Finally, you can calibrate measuring equipment regularly if needed. These are ways that you can maintain and handle the apparatus. I'm leaving a description of, I'm leaving like 10 questions from past examinations on our description. So after the video, you can go through them. These questions are drawn from this particular topic that is likely to be in the exams. So I hope this video has been informative for you. I'd like to thank you for viewing.